Welcome to this Waynecast. I'm having a bad day. Alright? Now, granted, it doesn't look like I'm especially angry, which I am. I'm steaming mad. Or pissed off, or having a bad day, but I am. It's a bit like a swan, right? It's an old analogy, but you see a swan and it looks very serene, floating across the lake. What you don't see is it paddling like hell underneath, trying to keep afloat. That's basically what's happening with this. I've currently balanced on 3 contracts. There's me and somebody else who are working on 3 contracts at the same time. Normally I eat this sort of shit for breakfast, to be honest. I'm not bragging, but it's part of what I do, as I've explained before. People come to me because they want stuff done yesterday, right? They want it fast, they're rather impatient, they want to get it done, they want it at good quality, right? So I've got 3 projects I'm working on at the moment. One's a TV thing, one's to do with the game, another one I can't talk about because basically they're not telling us the damn thing, right? This is really weird because when you get ones that you can't actually see that you're doing ever, and you don't even know what it is, it's really strange. It could be a Ku Klux Klan training film for all I know, which I mean that's a joke, but it's just an idea if you don't know what you're working on sometimes. So what happened to basically put the cat amongst pigeons this week? Now all 3 of these projects, right, these clients have been finely balanced. The time's been sort of approached from a proper time management perspective, allowing the right amount of time for each of them. Everything made sure everything's getting signed up before we go to the next stage, all this standard stuff, right, for freelance. But every now and again, a spanner goes in the works. Now, when a spanner goes in the works, it's not usually the fault of the artist, right? It's the fault of the person on the other side. It can be the fault of the artist, sometimes you do fuck up, we all do it. Like maybe a concept isn't what they're looking for. But this wasn't the case in these ones. What happened was, the first bit was, it was a case of, I'm having a bad day, so you're going to have a worse one. This particular person who were working for this uber top secret project, I can't mention names, unfortunately, just the way it is. The person the end result is finally for, I've been on the phone and said, we need all the models by Friday. As in, it's now, Tuesday? And they've all got to be done. And now there's only 2 left, which normally I can eat for breakfast because I've been doing 1 and 2 a night. But these are complex characters and they've got to be the cinema standards, right? Which makes it a bit harder. But the rest of this week was already penciled in for another client who were also expecting a shitload of models. This is all the game cinematic stuff as well, this other one. So I've got to not only knock out those for the cinematic stuff, I've also knock out this other one for this uber top secret client. Now, as if that wasn't enough, one of my clients has just brought in a new art director. Now, the company I'm working, doing some work for, this freelance cadence isn't right, is a new startup company, right? Now, here's a word of warning for all of you freelancers when you're working for startups. Now, normally when a startup, it's usually guys from, maybe say it's a game firm, right? Or something like that. It's a few guys that work together in some firms, maybe somewhere between 2 and 4, using other stuff. Trouble is, when it comes to actually running a company, they realise they don't actually know a lot of the other stuff, and they don't have any contacts that are willing to do it or leave their jobs. So they just bring in random people. So the jobs are handed out somewhat arbitrarily. So as such, you can end up with things like technical directors and art directors that aren't up to par. Now, I've just had imposed on me a change of art director. Now, I normally don't mind, because to be honest, an art director is an art director. They tell me what they want, I give them it, everybody's happy. And if they're not happy, I do it again. Simple as that. But because this one has been imposed on me, and it's very clear that this person has never, actually done digital art themselves, which is a bit of a no-no really in my book, you've got an art director who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's a classic case. You ask any artist who's done freelance work, and the person knows sometimes what's in their head, but they can't get it from there to there to tell you in a good enough way that you can understand as an artist. They just come up with things. I just want a frog, or I just want a aircraft. And you make an aircraft, that's not what they want. But they can't say, no, but I want an aircraft. Say, well, that is an aircraft, but they don't tell you what they want, right? Not this is about aircrafts, by the way. So basically, I've got a bit of a problem. Too much work, not enough time. Now, Kat is not going to be fucking happy because I've got to pull some long hours. And I've already been pulling long hours. As you're well aware, I didn't have the full 2 weeks off. I had about 5 days. So I'm still doing the long hours, and shit is starting. We're not getting on top of us now. It's just I need a break, you know, because there's other stuff going on behind the scenes that I can't say as well. I'll just check the time. Another 5 minutes. So, as you can gather, it's not one of the easiest times that I've ever had in my life. I'm just going to quickly pause this. Right, just going for a little dicky bird there. Oh, not nice. Yeah, but so I've got to try and find time. Now, it's not right to say to one client, well, sorry, you're going to have to fucking wait, like, because one, you're being a pain in the arse, and two, this other person's in a bit of a hurry. But neither can you say to the other person, sorry, because you've put me in the shit, I'm not going to be able to do it, because this particular one I enjoy doing. It's a very enjoyable contract. So I've got to find a way around. Now, last night I tried doing a bit of work in what technically is my free time, you know, about 1 in the morning. Not that I actually have any free time, you know, not these days. So I've got to try and get this wound up. I've got to start out of these contracts. I want all but one wound up in the next sort of week or two. Ideally by the weekend was the idea. We'll see. All right. We'll see what the case, you know, is with that. On top of that, at the moment, I want to go to whoever runs the Disney Channel and wring their fucking necks, because my son Kane, right, gets up about 10 to 5 every morning, right? Yeah, no, it does get a bit on top of you when you only get a couple hours sleep. Get up, and normally what he would do is he'd stick sort of the Disney Channel on, and he's addicted to Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse, right? In fact, he even goes on YouTube and watches it in Spanish, right? Don't ask me why. You know, he's 2 years, 10 months, and to him, Mickey Mouse in Spanish is hilarious. Apparently, I was the same with sort of things in foreign when I was young as well. So he gets it from me. Now, the Disney Channel, in their infinite bleeding wisdom, have changed the times of all the programs, right? So now, things aren't about the ones he wants to watch till about 11:25. Now, early in the morning, when he was doing stuff like that, I could do like the sort of business side of 3D, right? You know, just, you know, the stuff that's not really interesting, but you sort of do your figures and stuff. They give you time for the art stuff later. Now, because of that, I can't. I've got to do the daddy bit. Now, I don't mind doing the daddy bit. It's just I'm really pissed off that Disney, in their infinite wisdom, have decided to basically ruin what was a really nice window for me to do some boring shit. Because he was happy watching Mickey Mouse. I was happy singing along to Mickey Mouse while doing the figures. Yeah, it's very odd, but you do actually get addicted to these things. So that's another little bit of pressure. You see how much time I've got? Actually, I must be talking very fast today. If I do, I do apologise. I always talk faster when I'm under stress. At the moment, as I said, I've got to find a solution. If I can't find a solution, I am screwed. But I will find a solution, because what I do. The one thing I'm good at is finding solutions to problems. You know, it's one of the reasons why if people I know through the arts have a problem, they'll come to me because they know I'll find the solution that nobody else can. Just excuse me while I light this up. Let's see if I can light it without going inside my coat. Just need to set fire to the cuff of my jacket. Yeah, so there's all sorts of shit's been going on. It shouldn't be too long before you see the book now. Not saying when. Still reckon it's going to be down to days. Because so far as I know, the other two books are penciled in for May. Although I've got a feeling that's a lie, right? It's really odd, because I couldn't give a crap. But, you know, in some of the early ones I said, look, I'd love to be out first. I would, but I wouldn't, if you know what I mean. I know that this book is bigger than the other ones probably put together, right? So it's not an issue. Everybody's going to sell well. Again, not an issue. We're all going to make money out of it. The only people who are really under a lot of pressure are the publishing companies, because they, want to be out first. Normally the rule in publishing is, for a new application, although ZBrush isn't new, obviously, these are the first books out for it. The first ones always do better than the other ones. Now, because each of the three authors, myself included, are treating the books in a different way, you're getting three totally different perspectives. So I don't see myself as being in competition with anybody, because, to be honest, these books, I think one's 300 odd pages, one's 400 odd pages. Mine's longer than those put together, right? That's not me being funny, it's just it is, right? And mine's a lot more in depth, but it treats it from a different perspective. I'm treating mine like courseware to a large extent. Not the sort of courseware you'd see in a university or at school sort of thing, you know. Something a bit more enjoyable, but still something that's going to learn you from A to B, and not just a random project. Don't just love when people honk the horns because you're on like the phone. Yes, dickheads. Anyway, I'll see how much time we've got. Oh, and I've caught at the end. I'll go on the second one. I'll continue on in a bit.